another episode of that deep shit where we connect the dots. In this episode, we're gonna call this episode Straight Outta Compton. Shots fired. Now I'll tell you why it's called Straight Outta Compton in a minute. But let's go ahead and tackle this one step at a time. Well, I guess we've all figured out that it must be a war declared on melanated people, right? Obviously. Reason why I say that is because we keep getting shot by the police, unarmed, choked out, etc., etc. Blatantly. Little girls, little 15-year-old girls getting choked up, choked out. Innocent people, unarmed people, choked up, choked out, shot. There's a blatant war brewing. Of course, right? Or not, of course. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's go ahead and just tackle this thing one by one. Okay, so we have blatant violence against melanated people being televised. Mind you, televised though. Right? Because it ain't nothing new. Police been whooping our ass. Police been killing us. Right? But now the media feels like it's their duty, their obligation to show it to the world and let the world know that this injustice should not be tolerated. See?
Far in 2015, data compiled from various sources puts police-related deaths at about 500. Now, many of those are still under investigation, while...
I'm not no fool. I was born that night, but not last night. Okay? All right. The most recent act of terrorism against or towards targeted at melanated people was the church shooting of 9, important number, 9 in the Carolinas, South Carolina to be exact. Something just don't sit well with me about that story, and I'm going to get into that right now. So let's get this straight. Amongst all this violence being perpetrated by police and people who ain't police, who think they police, a mad gunman decides to go to church, attend church, kill 9 people, and walk out. So he gets caught. I'm not sure if it was that day or the next day, one of them days. He gets caught, and his handling as he was getting caught was very delicate. They're ushering him out. He has a vest on, right? Okay. Now if he had the vest on when they caught him, they would have took that up off him, right? Right. So they put the vest on him, walked him out. See, the problem I have with that is they're choking little 15-year-old girls, but they're escorting a known, assumed killer to safety. Okay, that's some bullshit. Now, needless to say, okay, so soon as he's caught or captured, immediately they start adjudicating him in a process very quick. So he's in front of a judge. He's talking. There's 2 fugazi-ass guards behind him, right? So they're video recording this testimony or conviction, adjudication, whatever. Now, mind you, this is very fast, very speedy. So not only is he being video recorded, the families are talking to him. Now, last I checked, I thought, you have the right to a speedy trial, but goddamn, that's really quick. And I thought you were innocent until proven guilty. Now, I'm not saying young cuz was innocent, but I'm not saying I seen no blood either. But what I'm saying is, it's a very fast process. So not only was it being video recorded, and the families got to face the alleged shooter, which doesn't really happen like that, very quick. It was broadcasted on the internet and on television. That don't really work like that. That's not how court proceedings really work. Now, the point that I'm trying to get at is, it just seems like we're being very coerced to have some type of reaction. We're being baited to have some type of reaction. Now, justifiably so, the first thing, my niggas want to do or think about is busting somebody's goddamn head, right? Okay? But that's an emotion. That's a reaction off of pure emotion. Not saying that it's not warranted or that it's not expected. Shit, it's very well expected. But is it wise? See, I'm an avid chess player, okay? No, I take that back. I'm not an avid chess player. I know the rules of the game, okay? And one of the rules you have to keep in mind is you must think 5, 10, 15, sometimes 20 steps ahead of your opponent at all times. Now, if it's blatant that we're being baited into a race war or activities that may bring on martial law or activities that may bring on gun control laws, either way, we gotta be smart and outthink the opponent. See? Now, the reason why I called this video Straight Outta Compton is because amongst the violence being perpetrated by law enforcement officials, special task agencies, or what have you, one key component in this is the media. The media is perpetuating all of this violence. Like I said, this is nothing new. Black folks been getting our ass whipped and killed, set up by the police since the beginning.
To so many tonight, enraged and shocked by the killing of another unarmed black man.
Black Lives Matter.
The truth of what happened to Walter Scott is only coming to light because someone in the bushes was recording with a camera and a cell phone.
So now the media perpetuates it. Let's see. Why? Because it's called programming. Another facet of the media is your cinemas, your theaters, your movies. It's very funny that we have the NWA movie Straight Outta Compton coming out in August, I believe. We have all these marches, riots, people thinking about how unfair the police is. And remember, the main point of NWA's whole legacy was fuck the police.
Fuck the police! Come on, fuck the police! Fuck the police! Everybody! Fuck the police! Everybody! Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown. And not the other color some police think they have the authority to kill a minority. Fuck that shit cause I ain't the one for a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to be known. It's thrown in jail, we can go toe to toe in the middle of a sale. Fucking with me cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold and a pager. Searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every nigga is selling narcotics. You rather see me in the pen than me and Lil Renzo rolling in a benzo. Be the police out of shape, and when I'm finished, bring the yellow tape to take off the scene of the slaughter. Still get swole on bread and water. I don't know if they bags or what. Search a nigga down and grabbing his nuts, and on the other hand, without a gun, they can't get none. But don't let it be a black and a white one, cause they'll slam you down to the street top. Black police showing out for the white cop.
Now, if you know anything about how major motion pictures are green lighted, I would highly suggest you check out a gentleman by the name of Brother Panic. He has a video about Hollywood on this page. I'll put the link up, or I might put the video right there or something, okay? Alright, check that out. He'll break down how video or motion pictures are greenlit in Hollywood and what Hollywood is. It's just a brainwashing machine, okay? So you have this movie Straight Outta Compton. Timely release, if you ask me, right? And remember, fuck the police is the whole thing about NWA. Niggas with attitudes, okay? right? Why NWA? Why they get a movie? Of course we want to see it, but really? Alright. Now, from what I've learned about the movie so far, is that a lot of it is going to span from like 86 to 96. But really focusing on the Los Angeles riots. Sounds familiar? Baltimore riots? I digress. So remember, media and Hollywood is one of the biggest social engineering brainwashing tool that the powers that be have. So they're gonna pump this movie, everybody's gonna run to see it. We're already feeling like fuck the police. We're probably gonna run out of the theaters throwing bricks. I remember when I first seen Boys in the Hood as a young buck. I remember I was so emotionally drawn into the movie that I was crying. Well, I was trying not to cry. I had a little tear right here. But I wanted to go bust some white people in the head for no reason. Just being mad. Because Ricky got shot. Now what you think NWA, Straight Outta Compton, gonna do? Huh? See? I digress. So we have the NWA movie releasing in August. But before that, we have something called Jade Helm 15. Now, is Jade Helm 15 a real deal? I don't know. But let me explain to you what it is in a nutshell. It's going to be various military branches or groups practicing urbanized tactics and specifically focusing on interaction or contact with the public. So you have the military practicing on fucking up the public in 4 to 6 states, I believe. I could be wrong. 4 to 6 states around the country, right? Starting in July. So it's gonna go July, August, September, right? 2 months. In the middle of that, Straight Outta Compton comes out. Okay? You see where all this is lining up? Media showing us all that police is fucking us up. What y'all gonna do? They killing y'all. Cold blood. They running up in your churches and killing y'all. Jump, nigga. What y'all gonna do? Right? Okay. Jade Helm starts in July. What y'all gonna do? We right here in your face. We got the pistols out. What? Y'all gonna do something? Do something. Okay? Fuck the Police comes out. Oh, I'm sorry. Not Fuck the Police, but that's what it is. Straight Outta Compton comes out. Y'all still ain't gonna do nothing? Y'all getting programmed? Be Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Choppers, on the tour bus with the gauge. What's that? Okay. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing? Farrakhan organizes the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March in October. Give us time to think about it. Then rally up the troops. Now it's 1 million of y'all coming through. Y'all talking about the theme of the Million Man March is justice or else. Right? Okay, so we ain't gonna give y'all no justice, so what's the or else? See? So what I'm trying to get at is this. Obviously, when a scientist put the rats in the maze, he gives the rats the options of going forward, going left, going right, backing up. So the rat thinks it has options. But my thing is, if someone gives you options, are they really options? So not saying that my melanated people are rats in a maze, but so to speak, we're all part of a big ass experiment, if you will, okay? The options that they're giving us are so blatant, you can tell that we're being baited for something. My cry and my plea to my people, even though you are not wrong to feel like you want to go dust somebody's mop off real fast, real quick, real swift, think about it. We don't have tanks. We don't have F-16s. So a preemptive strike would not be the wisest thing. Even though I will say this, protect yourself, protect your loved ones at all times, by any means. And when I say any means necessary. Protect your family. But not being smart about an emotional reaction will just lead to falling into a trap. If we want to hurt them, if we want to go to the next step before it is a war, because war has been declared, stop spending money. Stop spending money. That means all that shit. All that shit. Jordans, fucking True Religions, or wherever the fuck niggas wear Hermes belts and shit, and fucking red bottoms and fucking all that shit. Grow your food. At least for 2 months. Get together. Not just the little man on the totem pole, all the way up. Athletes, stop. Now is the time to pull the resources together. Now is the time. See, when you play chess, you have to think 5, 10, 15, 20 moves ahead of your opponent. This is the first move. You can't come out with your bishops and your knights blazing. You're going to leave very vulnerable holes. Keep those bishops and them knights and them choppers and them caters. Keep them tucked, but keep them. Stop spending money. Start producing. At least for 60 days. They'll hear you. They'll hear us. Stop going to work. That's part of spending. That's part of the machine. Stop doing it. Give yourself enough cushion to survive for 60 days. That means food, resources, 60 days. That means if you have to go check up with your folks, with your peoples, do so. If you want to know what the next step in the plan is, that is the next step. If it further escalates after that, then you go to the next step. But that's when things get a little shaky. Connect the dots. Look at the bigger picture. Don't be stupid. Think.